Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how we can create REST APIs in ASP.NET. For that, I'm using Visual Studio 2019 and MS SQL 18. So let us start with that. So first, I'm going to show you the quick demonstration of that, like what exactly we are going to get it at the end of the video. So here you can see this one is the Postman. So Postman is basically used to hit our APIs. So let me paste the server URL and let me change this to post. Basically we need to create a new record in our database. So for that we are using post method and we are going to pass the body. So I'm going to change this to JSON, this one, and raw. And after that we have to write here the name. So name, and here I'm going to write cake. And after that we have to write the price. So price, I'm going to write here. And after price, the next one is for description. So I'm going to write here cake description. And let me hit this. Okay, we also need to add few more things in URL. So it should be product and it should be a add. And let me hit this API. So you can see product added successfully. So let me hit the get API actually to get the data. So get, and let me hit this API. You can see we got the data, and here you can see at ID 7 you can see the cake description and the price you can see over here. And after the get, actually in the next API we are going to write, not write actually, we are going to test update, and it should be a patch API. And in this actually we need to pass the ID. So for last one the ID is 7, so we need to pass the ID 7 if we want to update that. So I'm going to write here 7, and here I'm going to change to cake 1, and I'm also going to increase the price and this one also. Let me hit this API, and you can see we are getting product updated successfully. If we try to update some other product which does not exist, in that case it will show product ID does not exist, you can see. So let me hit the get API and let me get that data. So get, let me hit this. You can see the last, you can see cake 1 description 1001. You can see it's visible, right? So now let me go for delete API. So let me change to delete, and here we have to write delete. And in this actually we need to pass that ID. So here you just need to write /7. So let me hit this API. You can see product deleted successfully. If you try to delete some data which does not exist in our database, so it will also return product ID does not exist. Okay, so let me call get API again. So let me show you that one is deleted or not. So you can see we did not get cake actually over here. Okay, so it means that our all the API is working fine. So these operations we are going to like perform in this video. So let me stop the server and let me close this and let me open the Visual Studio. You can see 2019 version we are using. So let me create a new project for us. So new project actually, and here actually we need to move a little bit down. So as we are going to create a ASP.NET Web API application, you can see web application, and if you want to search it from here, so ASP.NET, you can see this one. You can first option, you can see you have to go with this one. Click on next, and here we have to write CRUD operation we are going to perform. So click on create, and after that we have to select web APIs, and we also need to disable this one, configure for HTTPS, and after that we have to click on create. So it will create an application for us. So we have to wait here a few seconds. Okay, and you can see a project has been created. You can see the right side, the navigator, you can see the model folder is there, some controllers is there. So first we have to create the model. So for that we have to open the SQL server. So you can see 18 we are using right now. So let me open this one, and we have to wait for a few seconds actually to open this. You can see, and here you can see the server name. So we have to connect this one. So click on connect, and we have to check the database. You can see we have to create a new database. So new database, click on that, and after that we are going to write CRUD, and we have to click on OK. And in this database we are going to create a new table, so click on new query, and here we have to write the query actually. So create table, and after that we have to write product actually. So product, and here we have to write ID in type identity, and it should be 1, 1, and after that we have to write primary key here, and name varchar, and here we have to write 255 comma, and after that we have to write price, and it should be int type, and description, and it should be varchar 255, and after that we have to select this one, and here also you can see the database we have selected already, CRUD is there, and we have to just click on execute. So it will create a table for us. Let me extract this one, tables. You can see product table is exist over here. So if you click on column, you will show that field, all the columns here, ID, name, description, price is there. So everything is there. So now we need to move to the Visual Studio here, and we have to right click on this model, and we have to go to the add, and here you have to click on new item, this one, and then you have to move to the data, and you have to select ado.net, this one, and click on add. After that we are going with the entity framework designer from database, this one, click on next, and we have to create the new connection actually. So for that we have to get the, so you have to click on this one. You can see this one is our server name. I'm going to copy it, so I'm going to paste it over here, server name, and after that we will get the database names here. So CRUD, this one we have to select and click on OK. So after that you can see we have to just delete this one. We have to make it as entity. If you want CRUD entity, you can leave as it is. So you can see it also adding a connection string in our WIF config, you can see here. So let me click on next, and let me click on next, and here we have to select the table we want to add it. So I'm going to select the product, and I'm going to click on finish. So it will create a, here we just need to wait for a few seconds actually. So it will create a file for us. So here you can see a file has been created. So you can see the product is there, and it will take few seconds, like 10 to 20 seconds to complete, like create this file. You can see edmx, this file is there, has been created in the model. And if we extract this, and if you go over here, you can see, double click on this, you can see ID, name, price, description, everything is there. You can see auto generated file, this one actually. So let me close this also, and let me right click on this, and let me create a controller over here. So controller, and it should be a Web API. So click on this one is empty, I'm going with that, and click on add. So here I'm going to write a product controller. So product controller, and I forget you to show, like in the WIF config we have a new connection string has been added. So let me show you that first actually. So you can see entity is there, and this one is a connection string, you can see, and with this we are going to connect actually. You can see the like server name is there, you can see the database name is there, right? So in this way we are going to connect. So let me move back over here in the product, and first thing is we have to shed the route prefix. So I'm going to write here router prefix, we have to write. So I'm going to write here in double quotes API / product. Okay, and after that we are going to import that entity actually. So entities, this one, and after that hover on this one, click on this one, and you can see use CRUD.model. You have to click on this, you can see it imported this one, and after that we have to write db equals to new entities, this one we need to import, create the object of this one, And one more thing here, we need to create actually a model which we are going to use in this, basically to return a response. Okay, so new item, you have to go to the code, you have to click on this one, and here we just need to rename it to response and click on add. A file has been created. So here you just need to write a prop and press tab 2 times, so it will write like this. You can also write it manually. So here you have to write a string, this one, and here you have to just write message, and after that you just need to close this one and move back over here. So after that you have to write response, this one. We're going to object of that response actually, so response, this one. And after that first API we're going to create here, so HTTP, it should be HTTP post method, that will be. And after that route we are going to write here, that should be a add type, and the URL will be add. And after that we have to write here public, and it should response with HTTP response message, this one. And here we have to write add, and here we are going to get from body, so from body, and we are going to get the products, right? So product, here we have to write, and here we also need to write product. Okay, and let me write here try catch block in this, catch, and exception ex, and after that we have to write here return actually, so return request actually dot create response, this one, and HTTP status code actually, so it should be internal server error, and with ex whatever the error, we are going to directly return it from here. And in try block, basically we are going to save the data, so db dot product, this one, products actually dot add, this one, and in this we just need to pass the product actually. And after that we have to write here db dot save changes, actually we have to write this, and here semicolon, and response dot message we are going to write here, and here we are going to write product added successfully. We are going to return this one, and after that we have to return the response, so return request dot create response, this one, and in this HTTP status code, that will be okay, and here we are going to return the response. Okay, so let me run this this one, and let me test it out. So start debugging, click on that, and it will start our server actually. So you can see server running on this one. So let me copy this one and let me replace with this one, and let me remove this one also, and here we have to write add. I'm going to post method, and let me remove the ID actually, and let me write here cake, and it will be cake, and let me hit this API. You can see product added successfully. It means that our API is working fine as expected. So let me move back over here and let me stop this. So now we are going to write the API to get the data. Okay, so here we have to write, let me move a little bit up, this one, HTTP get API, and route, here we have to write route, and in this we have to write get, and here we have to write public HTTP response message, this one, and we are going to write here get, and here we are going to write like return actually try catch first and catch this one exception ex, and we are going to return that one. So return request dot create response and http status code dot internal server error, and whatever the error we are going to return it. And in try block basically we have to return also with request dot create response this one, and http status code with ok, and db dot products we are going to call products this one, and we have to return in the form of list. So to list actually we are going to call this one, and we are going to return it. Let me put the semicolon at the end. So if we hit the API get API right now, so it will return our like all the product in the form of list. So our get API is also ready. So let me move to the next API for update. We will test all the APIs at once at the end. So let me move a little bit up this one also, and here we have to write http patch this one, and it should be a route type and it should be a update one. Okay, so public, and it should be also a http response message, and update is there. So after that we are going to from body we are going to get data. So product we are going to get it, and here we have to write try catch block exception ex, and here we have to write return request dot create response, and here http status code dot internal server error, and we are going to return the error. So you can see error has been removed from catch block. Now in the try basically first we need to search that whatever the value, whatever the ID which has been sent to us is correct or not. So for that we have to first find that product obj object. So db dot products actually dot find we are going to call this method, and in this we are going to pass that product dot id. So on the basis of that it will search actually. So if product obj will be null, in that case it is like the whatever the id is given to us, that one is not correct, so we need to return the error. So response dot message and equals, we have to write product id does not exist. We have to return this message, and after that we have to write this one. So request dot create response this one, and here we have to write http dot ok dot response this one, response we have to return. Okay, after that here we have to, if that one is not null, so in that case what we need to do is in the project obj dot name, whatever the value we are going to get, we have to just replace that. So the name we need to change, product obj this one dot price actually, so price, so product dot price this one, and product obj dot description, so we are going to replace with the product dot description, and after that db dot entry we have to write, and in this we are going to pass that project obj this one dot state this one equals system dot data dot entity, we have to write entity dot entity state actually dot modified. So we have to write this one. Then we have to write db dot save changes. Whatever the changes, we have to save it. And after that we have to return the response. So response dot message, and we are going to write here product updated successfully. After that we need to return, so return request dot create a response with http status code okay comma, and we have to just return the response actually. And so our update API is also ready. So now we are going to write the next API that will be to delete the data. So it should be http delete, right? And the route will be, delete, and in the path we are also expecting some value, so I'm going to write here id. So let me move a little bit up this one, and here we have to write public http response message, and here we have to write delete basically, and in this we have to get the id actually, so int id. So after that basically we have to write a try catch block, so try catch and exception ex, and we need to return with request dot create response actually, and http status code dot internal server error dot not dot ex, and we are going to return it. You can see from catch the error has been removed. So now in the try block basically we have to write the logic to delete the data. So here we have to first need to check that product exists or not. So product obj equals to it should be a p, and product we have to write here, and here we have to write db dot products dot find by id actually. So id, whatever we are going to get, we have to pass it. If product obj is equals to null, in that case basically we need to return. So response dot message, we are going to write here product id does not exist, and we are going to return request dot create response, and here we are going to write http status code okay comma message, not message actually, we have to just return the response. And if product obj does not null, in that case we need to db dot products actually remove, and we have to pass that project obj id, and db dot save the changes whatever we did, and we need to return the response. So response dot message, and we are going to write product deleted successfully. After that actually we need to return the response. So return request dot create response, and here we have to write http status code with ok, and we're going to return the response. And here you can see our delete API is also ready, and you can see the error is also get removed from here. So our all the APIs is ready. So let me start the debugging, and let me check that everything is working fine or we are getting any error, any kind of error. So let me copy this URL and let me move back over here, And here let me delete this part, let me paste it out, and let me change to get API basically. So let me also change in the URL. So here we have to write get. Let me hit this API. You can see we are getting the data. So you can see we added it right now. So like you can see here, cake 1001 cake description. It means that it's working fine. Get API is working fine. So we are going to check the update API. So patch. Here we have to write update. And here we have to pass the ID also. So ID. And here we are going to write 1. And I'm going to write here 1. I'm going to delete 1 from here. And I'm going to write 1 here. So let me hit this API. So you can see product updated successfully. Let me write here ID 12. Let me hit this product ID does not exist. It means that it's working. So let me check out the get API actually. So let me call the get API. So get here we have to write. Let me hit this API. You can see the data has been changed. Cake 1 is there, 100 is there, cake description. It is exactly same actually. Okay. So after that we have to check the delete API. So let me write here delete /1 and let me change this to delete and let me hit this API. So you can see product ID, product deleted successfully. Let me try to hit it again. Product ID does not exist. It means that it's working fine. So let me change to the get API and let me check it out if any data exists in our database or table, you can say that table. So you can see we are getting the blank array. It means that no data is available in that particular table. So this is all about ASP.NET Web APIs. I hope you guys like this video. So please hit like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.